not better than this epidemic, and it could happen to anyone. It could happen to you yourself.
Miss Tennessee Caty Davis is using her platform to educate young people about preventing addiction.
Yet another voice in this ongoing conversation. Caty Davis is a Carnes High School and University of Tennessee graduate, and since she was crowned Miss Tennessee, she's made it a priority to help fight the opioid epidemic.
WBIR 10 News reporter Madison Wade explains why this fight is so personal for her.
Absolutely amazing.
It's a moment.
I was crowned June 24th.
East Tennessee native Caty Davis dreamed would happen.
I will never forget it. Basically the day my life changed forever.
Now she's using her crown and sash as her voice.
People listen when I have a crown on.
To tell people about her journey and her story, one that's familiar to so many families.
There's been 3 generations of addiction seen in my family, and there are 12 family members that are struggling or have struggled.
Caty's platform is attacking addiction by prevention, recovery, and restoring families.
Addiction is affecting everyone, whether you are just, whether you are the addict or a child of an addict or a friend, a teacher. I mean, it's everyone.
Caty knows all too well.
I've seen it, and I, see what it does to a person, their mind, the family, the people around them.
Growing up, her father was an addict.
My dad was in jail, he was out of jail, he was in rehab, out of rehab, and I really wish he had taken the time for himself.
Caty's father took his own life 3.5 years ago after fighting addiction. Her half-brother, too, ended his own life more than 5 years ago.
My dad, my brother, had all the good intentions, and they tried and tried, but it was eventually the addiction that took him.
The loss weighs heavy, but it's also propelling her forward to help others dealing with the same darkness.
The little girl that felt, alone and rejected by, her dad, and she's still there, and still grieving, his loss now. So I think she's a huge motivation for me because that's the kids that I'm speaking to.
Caty now takes her experience to students all over Tennessee, sharing how she became Miss Tennessee and how her loss shaped her strength.
I share the good and the bad. It's not as glamorous and it's not the fairy tale life that everyone would imagine.
And Caty will continue that fight even after she crowns the next Miss Tennessee.
When I get to wear the crown, that's when it's really special and they listen.
Caty wants to go back to school to learn how to be a childhood psychologist and work in a recovery center. And she is continuing to talk to students across the state, sharing her story.